respect most in podcasting or something. And this was his answer.
Barstool's Blind Mike. Yeah, he does a Blind Mike project. I like Blind Mike. He's a good guy. He comes to Skankfest every year. I really like him.
You're a pretty good guy too, Lou. I gotta tell you though, shout out to Louis J. Gomez.
He used to work for Barstool. Blind Mike.
All right, enough.
I watch Blind Mike Geary's.
Stop it. Let me talk.
Blind Mike.
he does. Anytime I'm brought up, which is rare, it's not like it's a lot, but every once in a while when I get brought up, he remembers the name of the podcast and shouts it out, which is very nice.
That is pretty cool. That's gonna have to go in the outro when I've
guessed to get on here for multiple reasons. Like if he would genuinely do the show, that would be pretty cool. And this is again me just placating John and saying that he's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Now I've put that in the world and said like I'd like Howard Stern on this program. I'd like to interview him. If I woke up one day to a DM from Howard Stern himself that just said Venmo me, my first thought wouldn't be, well, right away, sir.
Stuttering.John would fall for that.
This guy must have fallen on hard times. So that's already, just from that standpoint, it's interesting that he's online begging for money. But we should find out why, right? Let's hear from John. So this is what was happening on John's show that prompted this message.
When given a problem, I come up with a solution. Like Einstein.
There's no context there. I just wanted to leave that in so that you can have that quote and then drink in what's about to unfold.
This guy's a mess.
Much like Einstein, this man operates.
As soon as Stuttering John came on the screen, all I heard was,
"Hey, it's Boogie."
It's funny, we haven't spent as much time covering Stuttering John lately. Now, I know we said we never would check back in with him, and I lied. All right?
I was gonna say,
get over it. Just get over it. I was lying. I didn't know I was lying at the time, but it's like New Year's Eve when you're like, tonight is it? No drinking, no cigarettes, and I'm eating right.
It draws you back.
That was my frame of mind when I said no, talk about Stuttering John. But I will say,
you come back.
I think Carl has started talking about him less, which was my advice months ago. And when I've checked back in for this, like, it is boring. Because when you take a break from John and then check back in, what you realize is like, oh, and his kids are geniuses and he's passed on that gene to them, which is very sweet of him.
Did you notice how this episode started too?
How's that?
His music plays, he comes on and he's just bleeding from his nose. And he's like,
yes, much like Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, I cut myself shaving.
Yes. Like Thomas Edison. Just a regal genius.
He's a modern Oppenheimer.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, John. Continue.
Official Louis J. Gomez. Thanks for the $5.
Hold on.
What?
It doesn't question it at all. It's just it's official in his name, so you know it's him.
Right, it's the real one.
Last week you said if I super chatted you 20, you'd go on Legion of Skanks. You did.
By the way, I want to point this out. It says LOS in the super chat. He didn't do the pretend not to know what the fuck anyone's talking about.
Well, which is interesting. A lot of people pointed this out. That it's interesting. He knows what LOS is. Which is, I gotta say, is kind of odd. I don't think most people refer... Like, if we were talking about Legion of Skanks, I would say Legion of Skanks. I wouldn't say LOS necessarily.
If I was going to abbreviate that show, I'd say Skanks.
Right. So now I've heard people say LOS, but my point is, it's not so common. It's not in the vernacular that even people that have never heard of the show would be like, oh, you mean Legion of Skanks, of course. You said LOS.
Right.
So John is very well aware of who this is.
All right, Skanks, you didn't read it. Stop pretending you don't know me and tweet me. I'll pay you, coward. All right, send me 100. I'll do Legion of Skanks. Hundy, though. What time is it? Because, after this, I'm going to probably go see my friend's band and get fucking inebriated.
Whoa, cool, John.
He's the coolest guy I've ever
Are you going to... I don't know. And Howard Stern's an extreme example. Sure, he was making $100 million a year or whatever it is. But let's just take someone that makes... I don't know, $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Are they arguing with people over $100 bills on the internet? I don't think so. I'm not doing it. I don't make $100,000 a year.
Right.
And I'm not like, listen here, dang lizard. You want to be in my chat, you pussy? Pony up.
Penis Wrinkle, you better cough up the money right now.
That's the thing is, like, John, and hey, John, maybe you do have a lot of money saved up, and I know you have your pension and everything. Maybe you're a millionaire. Maybe it's true. Everything you say is true, and you have a ton of money. Act like it. Act like you've fucking been there, John. Act like you've made a few dollars in your day. And when you hear $500, don't act like Yogi Bear smelling a pie in the windowsill.
He just saw that price and was like,
They gave him money.
$2.
And convinced him that
they were me.
That you were going to give. Like, here's $2. There's more to come.
No, he's as me being like,
There's more where this came from.
Dave Smith is the best part of the show.
I find Dave very funny. But yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that. The idea that Lewis is they're at the dinner table. And Lewis is sliding him $2. And he's like, like the way that looks, kid?
He puts 8 quarters in an envelope and hands it to him.
Plenty more where that came from. You play your cards right. I got 498 left.
and then he was like, if you pay me $500, and they were like, yeah, of course we will. So then they left the super chat, and then I woke up to a DM of him asking for $500 via Venmo.
Oh, wow.
So should we pay Stuttering.John $500 to come on Legion of Skanks?
No.
Go back. I want to hear that again.
I can't wait to hear him react. I was never going to do it anyway.
I want to hear the immediate no thanks.
In unison.
$100, and they were like, yeah, of course we will. So then they left the super chat, and then I woke up to a DM of him asking for $500 via Venmo.
Oh, wow.
So should we pay Stuttering.John $500 to come on Legion of Skanks?
No.
You cocksucker, bone-smoking, faggot, homo piece of shit.
Wow.
Well, John's very angry about that.
He's really pissed off.
I mean,
Pay me 500?
no.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
Joe List is there, just promoting.
He's like, wait, can you guys ask about this?
Venmo me.
That would have been funny.
Out in the world for now is just like all the Kevin Brennan, who are these podcasts like type shit. So it's
Hey, shut up.
Blind
Everyone's
Mike's a
lying
dick.
about it. Blind Mike would not match me in an IQ test, and I will not put any effort into proving that.
And it shows his IQ's pretty high. He knew not to take the test.
Yeah, maybe it's 165, like he claims,
Could be.
like Einstein.
It's like one of those the IQ tests you guys found for was it you and Mick or Coleman? I forget who.
Coleman and Mick, it was going to be, I think.
Or Coleman and Mick. Yeah, the internet ones. I'm sure you'll get 165. It's like, can you answer these 8 questions?
I think that's what he took. I think that's why he thinks that.
Oh God.
It's like, hey, what year did Forrest Gump come out? And everyone knows it's 1994. I'm a genius.
That's on an IQ test.
Yeah, right. That's what he thinks. He's like, oh, Lady K, you think you have a higher IQ than me? Who wrote the book Moby Dick? And it's like, I don't think that's what an IQ question is.
I thought it was awesome after the bridge in Baltimore collapsed. That little tugboat drove by with Stuttering John on and asking the pilots of the boat if they've seen swordfish. I know you guys are having a rough day, but I got to ask you a question.
This will put everything into perspective. All right. So, yeah, it seems like John will not be doing Legion of Skanks. The next day, someone asked him in the chat, hey, John, when you going on Skanks? And he goes, that was a scam, just like I knew that it was. It's like, really? Because you Venmo'd the real guy.
I knew the whole time.
But yeah, it's funny to watch the Skanks respond because it's like, oh, John is just a joke to everybody. That's where John gets fucked up, is he thinks like in the outside world they all love and respect me,